so I am ready. I got my coffee and I'm ready for another What I Buy talking about new makeup releases. I hope you guys are ready to sit down and chit chat about some new makeup. If you missed it yesterday, which I've been tending to post these on Fridays, but yesterday I actually posted a roast video, so if you like to hear someone just roasting makeup and explaining all the reasons they don't like something about a new makeup launch, check out that video. I'll leave a link up here as well as down in the description box, but I did that yesterday. But I didn't want to miss out on my weekly Will I Buy It talking about the really new makeup releases from the past week. So today we are going to be doing it. It's a bit of a stretch for me to post this many videos in 1 week, but we're doing it. So today's video, I kind of went a little bit more picky and choosy just to make this video a little bit shorter, hence a little bit easier for me to actually be able to edit it and upload it all. So to hopefully keep this video from being too long, let's go ahead and just jump right into talking about the new makeup releases that caught my eye from this past week. Oh yes, I knew I was going to forget this, but let me go ahead and let you guys know if my makeup looks a little worse for wear or my eye makeup looks smudgy. I just went to the pool this morning with the children and they were extra splashy. Both of them learned how to do cannonballs, and so they did a lot of cannonballs. Mama's face got pretty wet, so hence my makeup. I tried to fix it up a little bit, but it's a little bit rough for wear, so just want to throw that out there. But let's go ahead. I'm going to jump on into my folder that I save everything to, and I'm going to turn on my screen recording and we can get started because I always like to screen record so you guys can see exactly what I'm seeing. Okay, first up, big news, the full reveal for the, what's it called, BPerfect and Stacey Marie. I don't know what number this is, but it's their Carnival palette. Is this number 4 or 5? Here's the full reveal, and I am so very torn, like torn clear in half. I feel like it hurts almost. That's how much I feel torn on this palette because color story wise, and when I look at it, I love everything about it. I think this is beautiful. Definitely more earthy, like neutral tones. It's nothing colorful and like super, you know, neon or anything colorful in that sense. But as far as like neutral, earthy tones that I like, this is my type of palette. The colors look like super saturated. Like look at those. They got the olive tones in there. They have so many mustards and oranges. They got the reds and the greens. You guys. I want this palette for the color story. However, it is so big. And as I've been saying every week, I do have so many palettes to go through. Like, it's just such a big palette. I think that's my thing. That's the hardest part with the BPerfect Carnival palettes to begin with. They're all always so big. I don't really want to get it because I feel like it would take me forever to actually review. Because for me personally, when I go to review a palette, I want to try every shade and I want to feel like I can get a lot of different looks within the shades. And for this, while I love the color story, I think it's beautiful, I do at the same time feel like it could have been half the size and still have given the same feelings. Like if they took those, you know, a couple rows in the center out, I feel like, and just mushed it together, then maybe, you know, it'd be a little bit smaller. But I don't know, like there's a lot of beautiful colors, but I feel like it could have been condensed a bit more. It's just a little bit big for me. Bottom line, it's big, so that's my big struggle. I really want it for the color story. I really wanted to try BPerfect. I've heard such amazing things. Their other palettes have always intrigued me, and this is definitely like an earthy tone one that is just so my type of color story, but like, that's a huge palette. It's just such a big palette. There's so many eyeshadows, and so I don't plan to pick it up. Let me know your thoughts down below. Bottom line is though, I don't plan to pick it up, even though like everything in me wants to say yes, I'm really trying to say no. And when I think about like sitting down to review that and whatnot, I feel a little bit overwhelmed. So I think that's gonna keep me from like making a rash decision and purchasing on launch day. But when we're talking about color story, I really do like it. A couple rows in the middle I feel like could be left out, those 3 in the dead center. I like the 3 on the left, I like the 3 on the right, 3 in the middle. It's like, oh, I'll keep the greens, everything else can go, but still. It's a pretty palette. It's a really nice color story, but I don't need it. It's just so big. Let me know if that deters you at all, like when palettes get super duper large like that. Maybe it's just me, but anyway. Oh, apparently she also has liquid eyeshadows. Yeah, $14.95, 16 metallic, sickening metallic, sorry, liquid shadows. I'm not planning to pick any of them up, but yeah, so beautiful. So beautiful, but I'm going to try to pass. Okay, this is just a little bit of a hint, but Midas Cosmetics is going to be collaborating with Armando Cole in September. I don't know this influencer, but it appears to be he's a makeup artist. Yeah, I don't know anything about him, but it's coming soon. There is literally no sneak peeks except this ice cream cone, so I'm anticipating a neutral palette. But we shall see. We'll see what happens in September. I don't know if I'll be getting the PR from them. I do typically get PR from Midas, but I haven't been reached out to yet or anything, so I have zero details, so we shall see. But I figured I would let you guys know because this was just hinted at today. So sharing it with you here, something new coming from Midas always gets me excited when Midas has something new. Okay, so Kaja is launching this mascara that's like a 3-in-1, but it's like 3 different mascaras, tubes that connect together. Kaja always does that interesting packaging, and this is another interesting packaging. I mean, obviously, I guess it'll be bulky because the tubes themselves, like each individual tube looks kind of bulky, and then having 3 of them stuck together, I feel like it's going to be like this big if you put them all together and hold it. It just looks really big and bulky. But anyway, one's supposed to be clear, one is supposed to be, what is it, volumizing, and one's supposed to be lengthening, and you can use them all together or one, you know, whichever one you want kind of thing. I like the idea behind it, but it's too bulky for me. I'd rather just kind of pick and choose, you know, the mascaras from the drugstore that I like and just have them all together. Like the whole aspect of them, you know, magnetizing together doesn't draw me, so that's doesn't draw me, as I just said. But I do like the idea of giving you the mascaras that will, you know, lengthen volume and whatnot, or like prime, lengthen, and volume, because I do like that. Typically when I do my mascara, I will get one that's really good at lengthening first, and then I'll grab one that really bulks it up and gives me definition to give me the volume at the base of my lashes. So I like that aspect of it, but it's just too big and bulky. Okay, so Trend Mood is collaborating with Morphe. And I guess they just put a box together. And there is one new thing. They are launching or introducing their new Get It First in My Morphe haul box, the Make It Big eyeliner. But everything else is just stuff she selected out that Morphe sells. And you can get it. And the palette that she chose is just a typical Morphe palette. It's the Supernatural Glow Artistry palette, 35O. It just looks like 35 shadows of the same color. I don't know. When I saw the launch, or the sneak peek I should say, earlier this week, and I was like, oh, she's collaborating with them on a palette, but no, it's just a box, a collection of things that you can already get from Morphe.com, because it's not even just Morphe. There's Suba Beauty and P. Louise in there as well, and she kind of curated a box. If you were interested in these things, then it'd be worth to get it, because it's going to be, where it is, $49, and it'll have a $97 value. Launching the 26th, this is a big, easy no. I was curious to see what palette she would have in her box. I had assumed when I first saw the launch that she was making a palette with them, so I was curious, but with it just being one that Morphe has, it's an easy pass for me, and I feel like it's, I don't know, it's going to be interesting. I'll be curious to see how it sells, because I feel like everyone who follows Trend Mood and, you know, is fans of Morphe probably has this palette like 50 times already in their collection, so I feel like it's an interesting choice to get such a you know, neutral staple palette to put in a collab box like this, because like I said, I feel like everyone will already have it. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on this if you plan to get it. Let's see, we have a collaboration with BH Cosmetics and the New Classic collaboration. I'm not really sure who the New Classic is. Oh, Iggy Azalea. I probably should have known that. I just read her handle. Anyway, it's a collab with her, and it has 3 palettes, these 3 palettes here. This one is an easy pass for me. Are they all called Totally Plastic? Yeah, they are. The Totally Plastic is, I guess, for the eyeshadow palettes, a very purpley toned one, and then a kind of orange and blue one. None of them really speak to me at all, so they're all an easy pass. And then there's brushes, it looks like. Yeah, I don't know. It's all an easy pass. Looks like there's lipsticks. I'm not a fan of Iggy Azalea. Obviously, I didn't even recognize her handle. I'm not really totally into the whole concept for this collaboration either, and the aesthetic for the collaboration. I'm not into any of the eyeshadow palettes color story-wise, so it's going to be easy pass for me, but it is a new collaboration coming from BH Cosmetics. That's kind of interesting pairing BH with Iggy, but anyway, it's a new BH Cosmetics collaboration coming soon. Oh, we have a little teaser of something new coming from Menagerie Cosmetics. This is the Indigo Ink Volume 2. Now, they came out with a purple palette. Was it called Violet Ink? I think it was, like the little 6-pan, and they discontinued it. And I think a lot of people really did enjoy that, so I'm curious if she's going to be kind of taking that to the next level in this Indigo Ink Volume 2. I'll be curious to see the color story, because she came out not too long ago with a purple palette, the bat one, the plum one. I can't remember the name. Oh, it's the Flight Ink. I could see it down there. I just picked that one up, and it's a very purple themed palette, so I'll be curious to see what this is. Maybe blues and indigos with purples. I don't know. I'm curious. I have my reminder set. I already signed up to be notified when it launches, and I'll probably buy it. Like, I love Menagerie Cosmetics formula. I love their palette packaging. I think it's beautiful, so we'll see. That's all I know so far. But anyway, it's coming. When did it say? Dropping soon is what it says. Makeup by Tammi is launching cheek palettes. I think just 2 of them. Oh, my hair. It's still like wet from the pool, so it's like doing nothing. But anyway, cheek palettes. That one with the red and the, it's like red and hot pink. That's neat and different. I don't plan to pick any up, but I figured I would share because it is something new. They're highlighter and blush palettes, 2 available colors. Thursday, August 26th is when it's launching. but it's going to be a pass for me. I tend to pass on face palettes. Got to Be is launching something interesting. This is for hair and brows, the Glued for Brows and Edges by Got to Be. It's a 2-in-1 gel for brows and edges, strong hold, no stickiness, helps protect the hair from drying out. I'd be curious to try this for my brows just because I feel like I'm always looking for a good brow gel to really glue them down and like make them stay because I have very long and unruly brow hairs. Right now I use the Benefit one and it works well, but if that ran out and I didn't have another one from like Benefit, because I am on Benefit PR, so they do send it to me on occasion, but if I ever ran out of them and needed one, I definitely pick this one up to try because I'd be curious, and I feel like the Got to Be glued, like that's good strong hold, so it should do well for my brows, and I just like the convenience of it being already in the little applicator. So very intrigued. Don't plan to get it right now, but probably will. Okay, so Too Faced showed what they're doing for their holiday release, and this is a cinnamon swirl that looks like the gingerbread, that looks like what other things have they launched over the season? They did 2 gingerbreads. They did the melted. I don't know. It just looks like every other Too Faced palette that they've launched recently. It's just, sure, it suits the theme, cinnamon swirl. I think of cinnamon swirls, but it just doesn't bring anything new. Like, I feel like that same variety of neutrals with the splash of purple, maybe a little bit of green in there. Maybe that's not even green. That's more of a taupe. I feel like we saw it last year and the year before that. I don't know. I'm very unenthused with Too Faced. I haven't been interested in Too Faced in a long time, and this is another very easy pass for me. Okay, so Sigma is collaborating on a set with Samantha March. I'm so excited for her. This is a Sigma favorites that they do a lot with influencers, and they'll curate a set of products that they already sell that they can put together in a bundle price and, you know, offer it that way. Kind of like what Morphe is doing with Trend Mood. So anyway, this is Samantha's set. It's this palette, was it the Rose palette, I think, or Rosy eyeshadow palette, and then the 3 brushes. I like the 2 brushes on either side, the E30 and the F70. F70, I have a couple of them. Really do like them for putting on shimmers. And then the E30, I really do like as well. I don't think I have tried the E44. I'd be curious to try. I don't think I own that one. It doesn't look familiar to me at all. But anyway, for all 4 of these items, it retails for $53. I'm not sure, but I feel like you can use her code. She has a code with Sigma. But anyway, super excited for Samantha. Huge congratulations. If I was more interested in the palette, I'd probably pick this up just so I could get a couple more brushes, because I can always use my brushes, and I could try the palette, but the palette isn't really my type of color story, so it's going to be an easy pass for me. But a huge congratulations to Samantha, and I figured I would share because if you're new to Sigma, if you like the colors in that palette, it's a great way to try all of those products and get a discount buying it in a set like this. Okay, so Endangered Cosmetics. I think I might have talked about this last week, but she did the full reveal and she launched the palette already. This is the Sea Turtle palette, and it's a cute little palette. I like that it's, you know, browns and blues. It's very sea turtle-y, but there's also the green in there that I think is very interesting, and the gold. I like the color story. It's a really small, you know, 9-pan palette, but it's very interesting. The only thing that I'm a little nervous is the 2 browns over there, but one is a shimmer and one is a matte, so I'm gonna hold judgment until I try because I did buy it on launch day, so I will be trying this soon and will be coming to my channel. But yeah, with it being turtles, and like I said, I like Endangered Cosmetics kind of for the same reasons I like Menagerie. I really like the artwork that they do with the animals. I really enjoy animals, so having a little bit of like my love for animals with my love for makeup combined, it's always just like a really sweet spot for me. So with it being turtles and having those greens in there with the blues and whatnot, I was like, okay, I gotta get this and try it. So I picked it up. Whenever it gets here, I will be doing a video with it, but it is available now if you're curious. Okay, you guys, you have to help me here. This is Sugar Drizzle Polish. I've mentioned them before on my channel, I'm pretty sure, but this is the pickle. It's called, is it just the pickle? It says, paint me green and call me a pickle because I'm done dealing with you. I don't know what the title of the palette is called, but that's everything it says on it. So anyway, they're launching this palette, and I am so torn. Like, I want it because I love pickles. I really do like pickles. I think it's a fun little design on the front, cute little phrase, and it's green. But then you look at the actual palette, you know, the full reveal, and I'm not as down for it. They only have 2 mattes in there, and they're both kind of mid-tone. Let me see if there's swatches. But they only have 2 mattes, which is kind of, I just wish they had one more deep tone. Is this the palette? Okay, yeah, this is the pickle palette. So here it is. I don't get that purple in there. I feel like if they had taken that purple out and put like a really deep matte green, then I'd probably be getting it because that pink and gold shifting shadow would be really pretty with the green look. The green to pink is beautiful. But the mattes, the not having a deep matte in there, and then the purple one is really throwing me off. So I'm leaning towards not getting it, but I'd love to hear what you guys think because I kind of want to get it, but I feel like not really to do any looks with it. Like, I'm not really inspired looking at the color story, but I think it is cute with it being pickle themed. But I don't know. I'm so torn. So let me know what you guys think. DJ's Unique Boutique, my leg's falling asleep, just announced that they're going to be having cream pigments, and these pigments are multi-use and can be used as blush, eyeshadow, bronzer, lipstick, etc., which is very intriguing. And there's 4 shadows: vintage rose, burnt sienna, milk chocolate, and dark chocolate. With me being on this kick for cream, you know, contour and whatnot, I'd kind of be tempted to try like the contour, like contour-ish shades, the ones that I could use for contour. I don't know which one it would be. But anyway, I'm very intrigued. I think this is neat. I don't tend to like these type of products for my eyes. I prefer to do more with my eyes. I have a cream shadow I just tried from Muse. I wasn't the biggest fan of them personally, so I wouldn't really be interested in it for that. But like I said, kind of tempted for the contour, but I don't have any plans yet to get them. $10 each, releasing the 27th, which is, I think, yesterday at the time of you guys watching this. But anyway, yeah, something new from DJ's Unique Boutique. Of course, there's something from Colourpop, and this week, this is the Tinkerbell collection. This is cute. I like all the greens in it, obviously. I think it's interesting to mix the greens with the pinks. A lot of people are, you know, talking about how excited they are for this. I'm not as thrilled with green and pink being combined, like a little bit, but like not even pink, but these are like mauves. So greens and mauves, I'm more so like, like what would I create with all of that combined? I don't know. It just throws me a little bit. Doesn't really excite me, I should say, when I see the mauves in there with the greens. The greens look pretty and whatnot. Of course, the packaging is like amazing. Like I love the outside packaging. That box up there, oh, so cute, but I don't know. I think the palette's cute, but I'm not sold enough to want to buy it. So it's an easy pass for me. And of course, everything else in the collection I'm not really into. I don't really like their Super Shock products just because it's not my personal style and they dry out so fast. But anyway, wanted to share that they have a new release, and also eyeliners or gel liners, but I'm going to be passing on all of it. Okay, so the brand Metamorphosis is launching a new Lady Nay full collection of like a palette inspired by a horse, so I'm definitely intrigued. The artwork on this palette is so cute. I know if I bought it, my daughter would 100% steal it from me. She'd be like, that is such a pretty horse. Can I have it, mommy? Like, she loves horses, and any kind of like pink horse, oh my goodness, she's all about it. And then moving on to the palette, I actually really like that palette. I think that's a fun color story. I love red and green and yellow. I think those are just such beautiful combinations. It reminds me of the Wilderness palette, like a super duper condensed version of that, because it has those reds and greens and yellows. I like the color story. I think they did a great job. I'm tempted to get it. I don't know if I will. Let's see, it's the full collection is $37. The eyeshadow palette is $15.99. I'm tempted, but I don't know if I'll get it. The one thing I will say is I feel like there's a bit of a disconnect between the eyeshadow palette design and then the inside, because the horse is like pink and there's no pink in it. Not that I would want the horse not to be pink or that I would want there to be pink in the color story, but that's just a bit of a disconnect for me when I see the palette and then when I open it. It's unexpected when I open the palette. With seeing the cover, I wouldn't expect to see that color story. But that's just me personally. Like I said, I like the color story. I'm very, very tempted. Let me know what you guys think. Metamorphosis is a brand that I have been eyeing. They've launched several palettes already, and a couple of them I've definitely been intrigued. So I'd love to hear if you guys would like to see my thoughts and reviews on this brand on the channel. Let me know. Oh my goodness, I forgot about this Colourpop line. Just came out before the Tinkerbell one, but this is a new collection, the Sonic Blooms collection. And I think it's already out, and yeah, the outside packaging, 10 out of 10. That's beautiful. I think that's beautiful. It's gorgeous. I love all the color. I love the style. The design is beautiful. But the palette, I feel like I've seen it so many times from Colourpop. I'm not super excited, even though I think it's a pretty color story for a neutral palette with those pops of colors with the shimmers and stuff like that. Not interested in any of the lip products or cheek products, but that palette, I would want it, but it's only for the artwork, so I'm not going to get it. It's going to be a pass. Look at this from Kiko Milano. Look at how beautiful this collection. This is the Charming Escape collection, and it is stunning. I want to get this green one because it's green, but like, look, when you zoom in, there's like etch work on it of like a bird and a tree, and it just looks so pretty. And then it's also a bronzer that I feel like would work, maybe a little light for me, but I think it could work. But like, look at the etch work. Okay, that's it. If it comes to Ulta, I will be picking that up just to have it because it's so beautiful. Like, look how pretty. Even the blush is beautiful. They always do amazing job. Oh, I didn't even notice the etch work was on the outside of the palette. Like, the palettes don't intrigue me at all, like, whatsoever. There's like a little teeny tiny green shadow for this beautiful green palette. But the etch work and the design. So yeah, it's the same design as that's on the bronzer. So I think I'll just pick up the bronzer. Oh my goodness, Kiko Milano. Oh, look at that. That's so beautiful. That's a beautiful lipstick. Like, how can you use it when it's so pretty? But yeah, I really want to get that bronzer. It's just so beautiful. There's so many things. I like pretty packaging. What can I say? That's very, very pretty. So I think I will pick up that bronzer there, and I will try to call it a day because Kiko Milano is more expensive, $19 for the bronzer. I'm hoping it comes to Ulta. Okay, so that'll be it for this week's Will I Buy It. Per usual, any late breaking news is going to be over here. If there's something really big that came out that I want to comment on, I'll put it over here. And thank you guys so very much for your feedback last week. I think it was last week when I asked. A lot of you left comments and told me in the live chat that you do enjoy the late breaking news and you enjoy having that segment. So it will be here to stay. But thank you so very much for letting me know the feedback, because your feedback was very much appreciated. I really do appreciate when you take the time out of y'all's day to comment and give me that feedback, because I understand it's precious time. So anytime you guys take to respond to my questions in a video, I really do appreciate it. But yeah, that is going to be it for this week's Will I Buy, talking about new makeup. Overall, definitely some that I'm tempted by. That BPerfect, I'm so tempted. Menagerie is coming out with something. Midas is coming out with something. I bought the one from Endangered Cosmetics because they came out with something already. And then the Metamorphosis one. There's a lot that I'm tempted by, and I'm struggling. Of course, there's Colourpop launches that I'm just kind of like, meh. But yeah, a lot of fun launches this week that I was excited to be able to sit down and chit chat with you guys about. So as always, feel free to let me know what you guys think about these new launches down in the comments. I always love hearing your feedback if you're interested in anything, or if you want to see any palettes or products, whatever, on my channel and you want to hear my reviews. Feel free to leave that down below in the comments, and that way I can know what you guys want to see. And yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. I'm over on Instagram. I'm LadyKatie92 over there. As always, if you want to get more daily content from me. And with all that said, I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye, guys.